Today we've got Kayla. It's like a mad story. Well, she's had like a mad life because of dating, I'd say. How did that lead to an armed robbery?
It's quite hard, like a question like that, how can you really answer that question? You know, like I don't know myself. I'm sorry, it actually sounds crazy to explain this story. Obviously, this is my first time explaining. So the night in question, a robbery did take place. Let's say it went very wrong. I was held hostage for about 45 minutes in the back office of this pub.
Wait, no, we need to go through the whole thing.
Okay.
So how did he approach you and ask you if you wanted to come and do this? So what was that?
So I was invited, and I'd say about 10 minutes into us sitting at the table, I just heard this loud bang. It's very hard. It's hard to explain, like, what did I feel in that moment? I didn't know what I felt in that moment, you know, and I probably still don't. As a woman, I think when you're put in a situation like that and you're by yourself, of course you're going to be scared, you're going to panic. Like,
How did they rob the place? What is there to take in a pub?
there was a safe upstairs.
We didn't actually say, what weapons did they have?
Oh, so there was a knife and there was a firearm. They came for me in January 2018.
So you got 7 years and
Yeah.
you had to do 3.5. Did you come out any earlier?
Came out like 8 months earlier because...
Did you ever start dating anyone in jail?
Yeah, did you find a broken woman that you thought you could fix?
Or like a prison officer or something like that?
Yeah, I'll be honest because I wasn't all innocent in this.
All right, guys, thank you for tuning back in to the Reality Check. Today we've got Michaela. It's a friend of mine and has like a mad story. Well, she's had like a mad life from because of dating, I'd say. That was caused by dating the wrong person. So just introduce yourself and, you know, we'll go into the story a bit later on.
So my name's Michaela. I'm 27. Grew up in Croydon, Purley area.
Ex-convict.
Ex-con. Yeah, in a nutshell, that's who I am. So
okay, let's discuss that. Obviously, it's a big thing, big part of your life.
yeah.
How did it start? What happened?
I think so. Obviously, at the time I was studying. I was at uni. I knew someone for quite a few years before that. Obviously, he was a guy. Very close to him. He was relatively older than me as well. We got on really well. I'd say it started off sexual at first, but then we kind of mutually agreed that it was more like on a friendship level.
So wait, you stopped being like
Yeah.
dating him?
Yeah, before like anything happened, at the start when I had initially met him, it was sexual in that way. But I'll be honest, I think for me on my side, there just wasn't any spark there. And I think it was for him as well. Like, we just appreciated each other more as friends because we got on so well and we were able to just talk about like everything. And then with that, it stopped being sexual, but we made a friendship. You know, we created a friendship. We were close. When I was down from uni, like we would meet up. He would take me out. We'd do things. So yeah, the lead up to obviously the night in question, he had invited me to like a family gathering because his auntie was going away. So
wait, how did you meet this guy?
I actually met him through a mutual friend that I used to go to school with. It was her cousin, and that's how we started speaking. So we'd go to parties and like he'd be there, and we just got introduced in that way. And obviously, like before anything happened, like I was saying, we was at a party, so you know it got to a point in that friendship where we was comfortable enough to like invite each other to like family parties, reunions, you know, things like that. So
close.
yeah, I felt comfortable to talk to him. I think he got back with like his ex and stuff like that. I was really happy for him. You know, she was from America, so he was like going out, flying to LA to like see her. So it genuinely was like mutual between us. Like, yeah, we were intimate, whatever. It didn't work out, but we were cool. Like, he was someone I was able to call if I needed something, or if I, you know, needed someone to talk to.
So he kind of like made you, like kind of made this thing where he made you feel like you were friends.
Yeah.
How did that lead to an armed robbery?
I was gonna say, this low key sounds like grooming.
I mean, it's quite hard. Like a question like that, how can you really answer that question? You know, like I don't know myself. I can't really answer that question. You know, for me, it was a sense of now looking back and like, you know, the kind of guy he really was in the end. It could have been grooming. It could have been, you know, let me keep her sweet. Let me keep her next to me, because when this move happens, you know, she'll add to my credibility, and she'll add to, you know, my innocence.
Are you still friends
So,
now?
no.
He's still in jail.
He's still in prison. I saw him, obviously, the night in question happened November 2017, and we all went down January 2018. So, you know, from that night till, you know.
So let's run through what actually happened. So, how did he approach you and ask you if you wanted to come and do this? So what was that?
So I was invited to his auntie's party. She was leaving to go somewhere for 6 months, a different country. So he said, you know, you're down from uni, why don't you come down? It was on a Sunday. I said, yeah, why not? So I did go. I went from like lunchtime, had a really good day, met like his family, like some people I'd already known. Like I was saying, you know, the girl that basically is his cousin, who was my friend, like she was there, everything was really cool, everything was fine. And then it got to the evening and he wanted me to follow him somewhere. So that's where it started.
It happened on the same day?
Yeah.
Oh, he told you that day and you went along?
Yeah, so he didn't even tell me that day, like earlier in the day, like just to let you know later we're going to go here and like you can follow me. You know, it wasn't like that. It was more like came past 8 p.m. in the evening. He said, I need to go check someone. Like, do you want to follow me? I said, yeah, why not? Like, he's not going to leave me in a house with, you know, all his family.
Still had no idea
like,
what was going on at this point.
Yeah, nothing. Like, what am I going to do? Like, you're with a girl, you're with a guy, and a girl's like to you, hey, babe, like, I just need to go and, like, meet my friend quickly. Like, will you follow me?
Let's just be clear.
You're not going to think anything of it.
Crime that happened, what did you actually go down for?
So I went down for conspiracy to rob. So in a nutshell, the night in question, a robbery did take place. Let's say it went very wrong. I was held hostage for about 45 minutes in the back office of this pub.
Wait, no. We need to go through the whole thing.
Okay.
So he took you to, say, meet his friend at 8 p.m.
So he wanted me to go and meet his friend. Didn't think anything of it. Got in the car, started driving. About 20-25 minutes out now. We've parked up on a side road. Obviously, it's like winter times. It was pitch black. Like, I couldn't even tell you what was on this road. It was pitch black. He then said to me, I'm going to take a phone call. That phone call, once we were parked up, was taken outside of the vehicle. But again, as a woman, as a man as well, we have sharp instincts, right? We get feelings, we get gut feelings. I didn't get any of that. You know, I'm someone that I've known for years now. He's told me we're just picking something up from his friend. I don't feel the need to ask, like, who's your friend? What are you picking up? Because I know him.
Yeah,
If
I
it's
probably
a guy
wouldn't at that point, to be honest. That doesn't. That like. I mean, I could
Would
probably.
you-
There's no alarm
I
bells.
wouldn't.
like
Yeah, I
that.
There's
wouldn't.
no alarm
if you were,
bells.
my mate,
Exactly.
if you said to me, "Oh, let's go meet my mate," and you drove for 25 minutes, and then you took a phone call outside of the car, I wouldn't be like, "Oh, he's planning to do an armed robbery now." So I
Exactly
understand.
that.
So okay, so he's done the call, and then what? Does he come back in and tell you we need to go?
Yeah, he's come back in the vehicle, and you can tell even by someone that you know fully
Yeah,
well.
something's changed,
If I
yeah.
know you really well, I know how you're gonna act if something's not right. You feel it, don't you? You feel people's energy that you love. You feel people. You know what your friends are like. You know, oh, that's my best friend. I know she's like that, or he gets like that in that situation. He was absolutely fine. Like there wasn't anything that made me kind of look at him twice and think,
What's going on?
yeah, like something's going on here. Something doesn't sit right. He was absolutely normal. Came back in the car. Mentioned to me that his friends were still going to be about 15 minutes late. Oh, Mick, they're going to be about 15 minutes. They're coming from central London. So, whilst we wait, why don't we go grab a drink? I'm thinking even then, like, it's pitch black. I'm on a side road. I don't see like a restaurant or a bar like in sight. So I'm thinking he's saying, like go newsagent, pick up a drink, come back. By the time we come back, like the friends are here. So I said, yeah, go on. Like we can get a drink from somewhere. Got out the car, walked to the end of the road. As we walked to the end of the road, there was a pub opposite. So I'm looking at him, he's looking at me. He's like, why don't we go into the pub actually? We could just get 2 drinks quickly, go into the pub, have the drink, come out. My friends will be here. I said, yeah, cool, no problem. Went into the pub. Ordered 2 drinks, like we said, sat on the nearby table, and I'm sorry, it actually sounds crazy to explain this story. Obviously, this is my first time explaining, so it's
You're
quite...
like living it again, sort of
Yeah,
thing.
it's living it again, but it's also like, how do you explain it to people without sounding like it's like a movie on Netflix or something? It's a bit... It's quite a long to take in and to explain. But yeah, we were at the table. I had my J2O. He had his drink. And I'd say about 10 minutes into us sitting at the table, I just heard this loud bang. I was facing the door, the entrance of the pub. He had his back facing the door. So I was the first one to see 5 armed robbers, all, ballied up, boiler suits on, just enter this pub. Like your body, I can't, it's very hard. It's hard to explain, like, what did I feel in that moment? I didn't know what I felt in that moment, and I probably still don't. When something like that happens, your brain kind of goes out the window and you just act on instinct.
So at this point, were you not thinking, like this is really? Well, did you know that it was related to him?
No. Not.
So you were
at
probably
all.
scared
like,
at this
I didn't even
point.
get an inkling of that, like, in mind.
Okay, and then so what happened afterwards? Did he kind of tell you these are my friends or anything like that?
Yeah, so obviously when... I'll be honest, when we were eventually allowed to leave the office, which...
The office?
Yeah, so we were all ushered into an office, into the back office
Everyone?
of this pub. Yeah. There wasn't many people. There was like one regular customer, one regular drunk that was in there like every day. But like he was the only other customer that was there. So it was me, the guy I was with, and a couple of the staff members. So you had like a few chefs, the manager, and obviously the local that was there drinking that evening. And we weren't allowed to move. We were ushered into the room. The door was closed. One of the robbers stayed with us to obviously make sure that we weren't going to call anyone or do anything. And then 45 minutes into it, another guy came in. And I'm thinking, oh my God, like, what's going to happen now? I think for me in that moment as well, it's crazy. As a woman, I think when you're put in a situation like that and you're by yourself, of course you're going to be scared, you're going to panic, like, but I think for me, where I was in that situation now, I have a guy with me that makes it a bit different.
Bit more
So
secure.
yeah, of course, like.
And at this point, you
6'5".
still didn't realise, like...
No, I didn't realise anything. I didn't
So what's
realise
this guy
anything.
saying? He's just like kind of panic.
He's
acting
just
like he's panicking
he's
as well.
he's literally sitting on the chair next to
don't-
me,
I
like,
don't
listen,
understand-
bro, like, I'm not gonna snitch. Just, you know, let me and my friend go. Let me and my
What-
friend.
what-
So I'm
what I
like,
don't
yeah,
understand-
like, he's got this bravery to like really tell them, like, let us go.
What I don't understand is, what kind of tactic is this? Why would you pretend to be one of the people getting robbed?
It's
I don't...
just sort of to have like an
plausible
inside man
deniability,
sort of
innit?
thing. Like an inside man sort of see what the hostages are saying, sort of shit like that. I don't know. I'm relating it to my
I will be really honest. I will be really honest. I actually don't think he was meant to
No,
be there.
no, come on. Really?
I think he was meant to. This is me, obviously. I don't want to disclose too much in
Yeah,
that
no, of
sense.
course.
But then, where I had a trial and had to study my case like it was like for an exam, I don't think he was meant to be there. I think he was meant, now looking back at it and, you know, putting the story together, I think he was meant to go in, do the final kind of like check around, make sure there
And then
wasn't
they go
any
in after.
uninvited people that had turned up, and then leave in order for them to get given the green light. But I think there was a point in communication between him and his guys where I think that miscommunication happened, and he didn't have enough time to then
It's a
obviously
possibility.
leave.
Yeah.
It is,
So-
it's a possibility.
It doesn't really make sense that he's in there. But okay,
It
so
doesn't.
he got dragged into the office. He's with you. What then? What did they? How did they rob the place? What is there to take in a pub?
There was a safe upstairs because there was a few rooms upstairs where people. So, for example, I think one of the members of staff that was working there was able to like live up there. So there was like a couple rooms that were, you know, maybe up for rent for certain people, be it staff or non-staff. I'm not sure. But up there was a safe. So, you know, in the midst of being in that room in the office, whilst we were on guard with one of the guys, you know, we could hear rummaging upstairs, and then the room like shook at one point. I didn't know what was going on, but they had managed to get the safe from like the top of the stairs down to the bottom of the stairs. So where that's obviously the safe gone down the stairs,
Did you see
all
it
the
yourself?
wooden stairs have broken. No.
You didn't see the safe?
No,
You don't know how
so
big it is.
imagine like the stairs are there and then the room is here. So literally through that wall, like you can hear the staircase. So all the stairs had broken from them kind of like pushing the safe down the stairs. So
Did they manage to get the safe out?
no.
No.
Fucking hell.
Like looking back at it now, like how embarrassing. Like they managed to get it
You had one
to
job.
the
One
car.
job.
But they didn't think, how are we going to carry the weight of this to pick it up and put it in the car?
Yeah,
You know, it's all well and good pushing it when you're
Yeah.
robbing a
Now you
house,
can
like you
lift
can
it.
push to a certain extent.
Yeah.
And now you've got to the point where you need to get it in the car. These were big men. These were like 6'5" men, big builds, and they weren't even able to put, you know, the safe in the car. So through all of this,
It's poor logistic planning, really.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
I
I mean,
think
the whole
they had a
thing
plan
sounds
and it
pretty
went
stupid.
completely wrong.
Why would
It
you
sounds
rob
so
a pub?
amateur. It's amateur.
Innit? Why not just pull a cash machine out the wall or something?
Yeah, I mean
Right?
that would have been a better idea than
Yeah.
robbing a pub.
So how did all of that happen, and then it came to you getting arrested?
Yeah, good question. So obviously the CCTV was obtained by the time the police came. They were able to eject that video and watch it for themselves. They came for me in January 2018.
So how long after what was that?
Let's just say though, first, like the end of that. So after the 45 minutes being in that room, an additional guy has entered the room and basically turned to the guy I was with and was like, I don't lock my own people in here. And I mean that by saying, like, obviously he used the N-word. I'm not going to repeat that. and basically said, like, you know, I don't lock you in here. You and your friend girl can leave. That for me in that moment, in that second, I was like, oh my God, like I've got a chance to like get out of this right now. You know, so the instinct for me, I literally got up from this chair, kept my head down and like ran out of there like there was no tomorrow. But where I would say something didn't sit right for the first time was when we were running out, he had asked one of the robbers if he could collect his phone and purse from the table that we were sitting at. And I just stopped for a minute and I was like, why would you ask that? If you're genuinely, I don't know, maybe for a man it's different. Maybe again, you know, like the fear of a woman and the fear of a man
I wouldn't remember that I don't have my phone.
Yeah,
I think
in that moment, you're just
right.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you kind of not be conscious of that and like want to save your life and just, you know, run out?
Yeah.
But obviously, I was really distressed. I was panicking. I just, you know, I wanted to get out.
What we
And,
we didn't actually say what weapons did they have?
Oh, so there was a knife and there was a firearm.
A gun.
Yeah, there was a gun.
That's fucking crazy.
Literally pointed at like each one of us in there.
Oh, so there's multiple guns.
Yeah, there was one.
Oh,
There was one.
so okay.
But the
he just
guy
moved it
that
around.
was like on duty in the room literally like kept it on all of us.
Do we know if it was a real gun, like from the court case and all of that?
Yeah, it was.
It was, yeah. Loaded. Don't know about loaded.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So
Loaded.
it was quite.
Oh shit. They were ready to do some fucking time.
Yeah.
Well, they did.
Well,
What they're doing.
I don't think they expected to, but yeah.
How
they
long?
did.
How long? So okay, we've got that. Then after the robbery finished, you left and got in the car with him.
Literally got in the car and I was in a really distressed way. I was panicking. I was in a bad state. Everything was a blur at this point. I looked at him and I was screaming like, you know, like what do we do in this situation? Like this has never happened to me. You know, trust it to be of all nights we're waiting for your friend and this happens. Like what do we do? What do we do? And then he literally turned to me and he was just too calm. At that point, I'm not stupid. You know, my instinct was like, something's not right. I was like, is there something you want to like, is there something you want to tell me? Because that wasn't right. And you're looking really calm right now. And he was like, right, Mick, the reason I'm really calm right now is, and these were his words, like, and don't take this as, you know, I did this to protect you. I did this so that you would act on natural instinct. You know, like really before he confessed to me, like, these were your guys doing the robbery, you're really trying to convince me that you had my best interest at heart. Like that's crazy for me. And after saying that, like he admitted, he said, you know, those are my young'uns in there doing that job for me.
Shut the fuck up.
But
you know what's so sad is that
I still don't have words. How do you react to that? How?
It's just this guy probably thinks what he did was so cool, and like, oh, I have young people, like youngins, whatever that do these jobs for me. I'm a big time boss.
Invincible.
It's like, mate, you're robbing a pub for a safe that you couldn't even get out.
Yeah.
Like,
Why did he tell you though? Like, what benefit did that have for him? Why did he not just like keep you like in the dark?
I'm not gonna lie. I think that's a question you're gonna have to ask him.
Yeah. Well, how long's he doing?
He got 18 years. Do you
Come
know?
out for a podcast when you're done, bro. We're here.
Wait, so does he get half, or is that?
Yeah, he gets half. But remember, even how you get sentenced, it depends on obviously your previous. So
He already had.
it depends on your track record and, you know, being in a trial and being with 8 co-defendants who were all involved. Their track record was.
Why didn't you fucking snitch?
Yeah,
man?
it wasn't their first rodeo.
You should have snitched on them. You were actually, if you're completely innocent, like, bruv, If like my friend brought
Yeah,
me to
but
a situation
what,
like that,
what
didn't
happened
tell me
afterwards? Is there anything else that happened afterwards?
nothing of what you can say.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'll be honest, because I wasn't all innocent in this. I think when he had told me that, he had actually managed to sit on envelopes in the office, and the envelopes had money in. Now, I was completely oblivious because for the whole time I'm there hostage in this room, I just looked down. Like, that was my instinct. Like, I felt if I looked up for a minute, like, I didn't know what was going to happen. So I thought in that situation, my instinct was telling me just keep on looking down, keep your hands on your, like, just stay calm. So I had this really calm, like, aura about me. I was really trying. So I didn't even look over on his side, but he had managed to get envelopes that were filled with money that he was sitting on from underneath his arse, like, into his jacket. So when we've come out and he's now expressed this to me, like he's confessed to me, like, you know, this happened. And then you're unzipping your jacket and all these envelopes are falling out. Now I'm like, no, like, what the fuck is that now? And he's like, I was sitting on them. So I snuck them with me and I said, what? And he's opening all the envelopes at the same time. I'm shouting at him. I'm like, you fucking prick. Like, why would you do this to me? Because you could have left me at home. You knew I was driving back to uni that evening, right? I would have happily stayed with your auntie and enjoyed her cake with her. But yet you chose to bring me, like, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to bring me in. So where I was so angry and where I was quite shaken up about, obviously, what had just happened, he finished counting the money and placed money on my lap. And in that moment of rage, the money was nothing to me, but I felt it was the least I deserved.
Yeah.
And that's where I got into trouble.
Yeah. If you didn't take that, you probably would have been...
I wouldn't have got time.
Mad.
I wouldn't have got time.
That is mad.
That is so crazy. That is
And how long do you end up actually doing? 5 years?
Yeah, I got 9 at first. I got served 9 years, do 5 years. I collapsed and I was like, no, how does one do that? You know, I was in a really bad way. But then 2 days later, they actually, my solicitors got a call from the prosecution and the judge had somehow sentenced me wrong. So my sentence was 7 years and I had to serve 3.5. You know, this wasn't just, it didn't just go to trial either. Like, it went to trial. Trial was 8 weeks long. I got hung jury. So I didn't get not guilty, but I actually had a hung jury. You know, they just really couldn't decide. So they didn't think I was lying, but they also didn't know whether I was telling the truth. It was only until a week later the prosecution wanted to retrial me by myself. So,
and then I think what was the mistake that you made that you carried on speaking to these guys, or was it these guys that you spoke to, or was it, did you have a new boyfriend?
Yeah, I did. I had a new boyfriend. I was just getting into really reckless habits at that point. I think so much had happened. I started to just lose myself. I started to lose myself so much, like one day at a time. Met this guy. Everything was daisy at the start. You know, he was your typical bad boy. Was spontaneous, wanted to take me here, wanted to take me there.
Sorry, what point is this? When?
Yeah, so I was actually in a relationship when that actually happened.
Okay, cool. Because you were just friends with this guy now.
Yeah, I was just friends with this guy. He knew about him, like, he was absolutely fine.
And this is a separate...
Yeah, this was a separate relationship. But again, I seemed to gravitate towards the thrill. Yeah, and I'll be honest, like, I loved it all. I loved the smoking weed. I loved the thrill. Different cars every day. Let's go here, let's go there. I didn't need it.
Yeah.
I was a working woman. You know, I was in the corporate world, just doing 9 to 5. Like, I come from a good home. I come from a good family. But
So what were you doing with this guy?
it's
the new guy,
like
the
my
boyfriend?
impulsiveness. I was doing everything and anything.
No, like, did you do any other activities, like, in terms of what we're talking, like armed robberies and shit?
No.
Like that? You weren't like, you didn't
No.
get a feel for it. Like,
No, he was a drug dealer.
Okay, yeah.
But he never exposed me to anything that he did. He didn't really like it. He had that perception as a bad boy, like I'll do all the fuckeries and the illegality, but you can just, carry on working and stay out of it. So I didn't get caught up in anything else like that. But it was more finding bad boys, and it wasn't just that they were bad and that they were selling drugs. I think what attached me to them was the brokenness.
But we're getting my point is getting away from what my point was.
Yeah.
The reason why, the first reason you had a hung jury, and then you lost the next case, is because you were dating this bad boy. And they used messages you had with this bad boy that made you look like you liked that kind of lifestyle.
That lifestyle. Yeah.
And that's what they used against you.
There was videos. So I had videos on my Snapchat. I was with like 20 grand cash. I had a bally on in another one. I was smoking spliffs in another one. So I think where the prosecution genuinely didn't have any evidence, they was going through all these pictures and videos going, well, we don't need evidence. This is enough. Shit. We're going to paint this to the jury, and she's going to be made to look like she glamorizes this lifestyle. So...
Would you do it?
Yeah,
again?
it did. I didn't blame the jury myself, because as a juror, what you're gonna think, like you're you're in the public, you're doing jury service, you're gonna be seeing all these videos. You're not exactly gonna think.
I do think that the time that you were given is a bit excessive. I mean, for like if it was me, I'd say like a year. Yeah, cool. That'll teach her a lesson. Like, and you come out after half a year, 6 months, and then you're not gonna hang out with these people anymore. You're probably gonna learn. But I mean. So you got 7 years and you had to do 3.5. Did you come out any earlier? Do you get like half days? Or?
I came out like 8 months earlier, because obviously in prison, like when you're in custody, you can work towards like temporary release. And you can apply for temporary release when you've got like 2 years left on your sentence. So where I had 3.5, I was able to serve like 18 months and then apply for open. So yeah.
Okay.
I came
What's
out
open when you just dip in and out of prison when you feel like.
Yeah, so it's like curfews. So like you get day releases or you get like overnight releases. So you're allowed to go back home. However, everything's monitored. So if you're putting in for like a day release, you have to fill in a form, like an agenda. For each time you go out, it's an agenda. What are you doing every hour? So it starts from like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m, the form, and you have to put what you're doing every hour. Guys, I put like I'm shitting.
That's what. They stick you on
I got to a point I was filling in so many. My friend even said, you know what, should we take the piss and actually put we're shitting? I said, no, you know what, I'm actually going to write that.
You didn't put shitting though, did you?
No, I didn't. I said using the lavatory.
A 3 hour shift
on the toilet.
They put you
I actually do spend about an hour on the toilet. I can't lie.
Really?
Yeah.
You have your laptop and everything out there.
Just let you out.
No, so you're not on tag or
I do
anything.
take my laptop
You're
on
just trusted enough to make sure that the curfew that you're given, you have to be back.
Yeah, mate, you ain't gonna fuck around with that, man.
No.
You probably get this little bit of freedom, and you're like, wow.
But you see
this
people
is
in and out of prison all the time, and then they just go. Like you get.
Yeah,
day
of
release
course.
and then they're just gone.
Yeah, you
get
could do
so
that.
many people like that.
You can go to a different country on day release.
Well, I doubt it, but people.
No, but you just hop on. You can hop on like a boat or something.
Like I can't go away. Obviously, it's 7 years, isn't it? So it's half. So you do. Obviously, you're 3.5 on license, in custody, and then you do your remaining 3.5 on license.
Oh,
so you're
shit.
still doing 3.5.
So I'm still
right now, you're
on my
basically in jail.
sentence, but I get to have my freedom.
That's why she's talking like she's being interviewed by the fence.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
And the night in question.
Anything can be used in evidence.
question.
That's crazy. No, I didn't realise that. I thought that it was 3.5 and you were done.
No.
So
So because you get
they
given
could tell you
7
any
years.
minute now, come back.
If you do something wrong.
Yeah, if I breach any of my conditions.
They say, Mickey, we
What's some of your
I'm
conditions?
going back for 3.5.
Can you fucking go on a date with a bad boy again?
No.
You actually, that's one of your conditions.
No,
How
it's
do you
not
define
one
a
of my
bad boy?
conditions, but where you go in custody and
Yeah.
then you start talking to like therapists, mental health, they're like, right, Michaela, you seem to have the same repetitive problem. You're impulsive, and your impulsiveness lets you go with these men that your impulsiveness doesn't allow you to see risk. It doesn't allow
Yeah.
you to see anything that really
Have
phases
you learnt from that though now?
Oh my God, so much.
Don't lie. I
So
seen you with a bad boy the other day.
You're lying.
I've seen you with a bad boy.
I seen you with a
You
bad boy. the
haven't
other-
seen me with anyone.
Cap.
All right, listen. So what I want to know is just run me through like a day in prison.
Give us a schedule every hour.
Okay, so you ready? I'm
Yeah.
gonna hit it hard.
All right, start from when do you wake up?
Right, so this is Monday to Thursday routine. So at this point, you've applied for a job. So you go into custody, you get all your induction pack, you can apply for whatever you
I
want.
didn't even know you do all that.
So you've got, you
Sounds
can
like
work in the
butlins.
gardens, you can work in the kitchens,
Oh, fuck
you can
that.
be a servery worker.
What's a servery worker?
So you're one of the girls serving the food,
Food and shit.
when
Oh
it comes
my
over
God.
from the kitchens. You can work in London College of Fashion.
Oh, that's all right.
You can work in Max Spillman.
What?
It's like photography, customized mugs.
What were you doing?
You learn like canvases. I mean, I saw London College of Fashion and I was like, right, I'm in prison.
Okay, yeah.
And there's fashion. I was like, that's so me.
Yeah.
So I went for the fashion and I stayed with the fashion for the 3.5 years. So you've picked a job now. You're in prison. So your Monday to Thursday routine would be 8 o'clock, your door gets unlocked. You have half an hour to do what you want, have a shower, get hot water, have a cup of tea, talk to your friends on the wing. By 8:30, movement is called. Everyone moves off the landings and goes to their designated place of work or education. You'll have work from 8:30 to 11:30. You'll come back and you'll have half an hour for exercise. So you do your work morning session, come back out at 11:30, have half an hour for exercise. You then get let in. At midday, you'll then go down and get your food.
What kind of food do you having for lunch?
Slop.
Talk to us what is slop.
Slop. It's literally the cheapest food that they can buy in bulk. It's all,
Like crisps?
yeah, it's all frozen. No.
No crisps?
I could live off crisps,
Yeah,
bro. That's
the-
calm.
There's crisps.
I love crisps.
You
So
have
you
to
have
pay
like
more?
the canteen. So you have like a sheet that's given to you every week, and it's basically a massive warehouse is at a man's jail up north, but that's where everyone's like shop is. So the guys in the prison will pack everyone's stuff, and you get it weekly. So on the sheet you can order from like noodles to coffee to like toothbrushes to little roll-on perfumes. Like you can literally order what you want. So that comes every Friday.
All right, cool. So you have your lunch. What's
But
after
you
lunch?
get like set meals.
Do,
yeah,
do,
so,
can you buy better meals?
yeah, so I can buy like packs of rice. I can buy pasta.
Were you cooking yourself?
Yeah, in the
kettles
kettle.
and that, innit? Yeah.
In
Yeah.
the kettle?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wasn't allowed a kettle,
You need to watch
but
his jail videos, bro. They're jokes.
They're wild.
when obviously Muslims were celebrating Ramadan, they got an extra meal in the evening.
Okay, yeah.
But through
They'll sell it,
Ramadan, you get a kettle.
Okay.
So my girl was just like, yeah, do you want the kettle? Like, and I was like, yeah, if you give me the kettle, I'll cook proper food. So I cooked from like boiled dumplings to like chicken curries. Like I stuck everything in that
Ugh,
kettle.
bro, that kettle must have been disgusting after.
Yeah, but you have to obviously sanitize it. But you know what? You're in a situation like you're in survival mode.
Yeah.
So for you, you're seeing this kettle as a privilege. Like I can wash it out. I
Yeah.
can wash it out. I can make whatever in it. Like all I have to do is wash it out and make whatever I want.
All right, so you've had your lunch.
Yeah, so
Then what?
you have lunch lock-in, which is until about 1:45. So by 12:30 to about 1:45, you're locked in. That's when obviously officers go get lunch or whatever. So you make use of your time.
What did you usually do during your lock-in?
I would get in, make myself something to eat, chill, read a book, maybe like do a little workout in my room.
So that's from what, 12 till
1:45.
what? You're locked in your room.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So how far into your sentence did you consider?
Wait, bro. We only got to 1:45.
You haven't finished the routine.
Yeah.
Did you turn bisexual in jail? I was trying to think your lock-in time of your roomie.
Let's finish. All right. So 1:45. You've.
Yeah. So 1:45, we're unlocked again, and then you have afternoon work session. So afternoon work session is from about 2 till 4:45.
It's like school then.
Yeah, it is. You have to stay in work. You can be a real bitch and just be like, I'm not fucking leaving my cell. That's fine, but you'll get locked in. So you'll still get unlocked when it's lunch, and then obviously in the evening when it's like facility time for you to have a shower and everything. But if you as an individual choose to not work and choose to stay in your cell and like smoke spice all day, you're able to do that, but you're not going to get paid. The standard, if you're not working, is like 50p. If you are working, it's like £1.20 a session, guys.
Wow.
£1.20. Baller.
120 a day.
Did you save that up?
So £1.20 for one session. So it's 2 sessions, right? Morning and afternoon. So
£2.40.
Yeah, £2.40.
Wow.
What,
Packet of crisps.
Could you spend that on like rice and pasta and stuff, or do you?
Yeah,
get
obviously your family and friends can send you in money
As much as they want.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
cool.
I could
Calm.
like say,
End up getting robbed for it though, innit?
Mum.
Like, people know you got too much money.
no, because when money gets sent in, the prison
can only
handle
use it
that.
on-
They control it,
okay,
and then you have like a spends. So everyone has their own account, but the prison will monitor that.
Yeah,
You
okay.
have to work for your earnings as well. So every prisoner comes in at standard level. So you'll get £18 a week. But you can then work for your privileges. It's called being enhanced.
Right.
You have to work towards your enhancement. If you're then enhanced, you get £32 a week.
Jeez.
And you're able to order makeup from the Avon catalogue.
Wow.
No, but you know what? You laugh, but I got
It's
really
little things, isn't it?
excited.
Little things,
You
I guess.
realise like the littlest things, and since I've been out, all the little things are the ones I've missed the most. I don't miss one big thing.
Like what it was like to be out, innit?
Yeah, I started making like makeup brush holders like out of pot noodle pots, and got so much satisfaction out of that.
Like
With
now in your
paper
bedroom at
and
home, you've got a pot
gems.
noodle pot there, innit?
Nah.
With your makeup brushes.
She's got a shank made of a toothbrush. I know.
All right. So so obviously in the girls' prison, were there any like fights that happened?
So many.
What's like one of the craziest fights that you witnessed?
I wouldn't say I've seen a crazy fight. I'd say the craziest thing I've seen is a girl not getting her way, so she's literally made herself get to the roof. She was on the
What do you mean?
roof.
How did she get to the
She
roof?
did her window in for like 2 hours without any officers noticing or hearing anything.
What do you mean did her window in?
She literally kicked her window in to
Trying
a
to
point
escape?
where she just wanted to break the window so that she could get onto the roof.
Wait, what? In her bedroom,
Yeah.
there was a window.
Yeah.
And she kicked it through, and what fitted through the window?
No, because obviously where there wasn't bars on the window, the windows would like open like freely and normally, but they would have a certain point where they go to. So you can only open it about like that much.
I hate that.
She had
I hate
managed
places
to
that have that.
like kick the whole window through to a point like there was no window. So she was able to just climb out and sit on the roof. And
That's
the
all she
reason
wanted to
she
do,
did
just sit on
that
the
was
roof.
because the system. You know, it's the system. No one inside cares for you. You're treated inhumanely. They don't care. You know, and I think, you know, that's someone suffering from mental health, and that's what led her to do that. She wasn't getting heard. She was suffering. So she thought, let me try and get myself onto the roof and then I'll be heard.
And what did they do after?
Well, they had like the whole
more time.
riot squad. So when they need
Oh
like
my
additional a support, it's like the riot squad. So they'll come with like literally
Guys
like
or
armed
girls?
feds, like with their shield, like batons. But what could they do? They still have a duty of care. So even though she's on the roof, they can't push her. They can't go into her room and go grab her and just bring her back, because you don't know, she might lead to jumping off, and obviously that's a risk that they can't take. So they actually talked her down from there for about 2.5 hours. But if I tell you, like, the whole prison like lit up like a football stadium, I had it all like outside my window. And she was chilling. We made her coffee, tea. She wanted her pillow and duvet, so she went back in her room, brought it out on the roof.
How old was this woman?
God, she was about in her 30s.
What was she in for?
She was in for multiple GBH.
No, she's a nutter.
Yeah. Very aggressive, very... You know, you find a lot of people like that inside.
Who would you say is like the most crazy girl you met in there?
I think for me, it has to be one girl that was working in the kitchen. Her husband cheated on her, so to get her back, decided to light her house with her kids
What?
on fire.
Oh my.
Wait,
That's
and
tough.
wait. The kids got out?
No. So that is someone that genuinely is on a life sentence but will never come out.
Good. Yeah. Fucking hell.
Like, I couldn't even look at her.
Shut the fuck up.
what
Well, you
was
got-
she? What was she? White, black,
She was Asian.
Indian? Like.
Yeah, Indian.
You got stuck with these people just because you went to a pub,
Yeah.
essentially.
Wait, that is no way.
But you know, came from what you've said now as well. So many people that have been through a lot in that place have actually helped me grow and helped me better myself as a person from hearing those stories. Because you hear some some really horrible stuff, and you know, you realize what you have. You realize, like, even though I was in a bad place and this happened to me, I still had fresh Air Forces every 6 months. I still had a parcel every 6 months. You know, there's girls in there that will sell themselves like for anything just to get like a pair of new socks on their feet. So even though I was in prison, yes, I was taken care of. If I needed anything, my friends had me, my family had me. But there's girls in there that have been through so much where it really wasn't their fault, where they've really wanted better for their lives. But where's the opportunity? If you have a mum that grew up on crack and a dad that was never about...
So a lot of these girls had that.
Yeah. A girl got raped by her stepdad over a dozen times. Like, there's children out there that are her children from her stepdad, from being raped. She is now has the mind of a 12-year-old. But why was that fair on her? How can I be in prison and judge someone like that? You don't know someone on the street. You might say, oh, look, he's homeless. And, you know, you don't know that person's story, you know. There's not an excuse for people's behaviour, but there's also a lot of people that do it to themselves. But then you have people that don't know any different, that don't want that life, but they haven't been given a good mum or a good dad or any sort of like healthy upbringing. So what do you expect?
So did you do anything to try and help them? Like, was there
Yeah,
at this point when you started
so
letting
much.
them
So
coochie for Air Forces
I was
and
able to
stuff?
join like programs that I was able to like be part of. So I joined like the Samaritans, for example. The Samaritans would come in from the outside and train you to be what they call a listener. And a listener is basically a prisoner who is able to be on call at whatever time, like 24 hours of the day. And if someone's in need, they call a listener. So
And
that
what
was
is
like
that
a
for other
service.
prisoners?
Yeah, so even men's prisons will have like
that what you
the
did?
listener
You were a
service.
listener, or?
Yeah, I became a listener. I felt, you know, I was getting a fashion qualification. But also at the same time, I thought, whilst I'm here and I have no distractions, let me. It
Enrich
wasn't
yourself.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's going back to dating broken men. You know, I think I always stayed with broken men because where I've been growing up with such affection, and you know, we've all had hard times in life, right? But I've never had the absence of love in my life. So for me, my heart. But you know, I think that was the pattern for me. I wanted to stay not because it was like for the fast cars and smoking weed.
You wanted
It
to help,
wasn't. It was more
basically.
than that. It was like, wow, you've been
you think
through
you could
so
fix 'em?
much. Yeah, yeah. I did, not now. I think my mindset's changed, but at the time, it was like my heart wouldn't allow me to give up on a person that was broken like that. So I took beatings. I took getting cheated on because for me it was like, I don't care what you do for me.
Wait,
was
beatings?
Yeah.
What, they hit you?
No, not inside.
No, the boyfriends.
Like, yeah. But I don't see it as like I was a victim of domestic abuse. You know why? Because you go through things in life. You think, why do bad things happen to me in my life? But those bad things add to your strength. I'm thankful to him. That's my attitude now.
Really?
At first I was like, I hate him. He's made me so weak. I've got all these like shattered pieces on the floor of myself. Like no one's gonna help me fix myself. You know, I was so battered by the end. But I worked on myself. I was able to heal. And because of that,
So we got a question, yeah,
I'm
talking about
thankful.
this. Did you ever start dating anyone in jail?
Yeah, do you find a broken woman that you thought you could fix?
Or like a
Security
prison
guard,
officer or something like
no.
that?
But I
fucked
got
around a bit, though.
no. Let's just say like I got moved to by girls quite a fair share. Like,
Never thought about it.
Because of your cooking?
Yeah,
No,
made that
No.
banging rice.
no. Like, and a lot of them are like just a bit dirty.
Yeah.
You know,
What's
You
your
didn't see no
type? you
baddies
think?
in
like
there.
really dirty. I'm not gonna lie. There was one girl that really looked like Young M.A. and I was
Who?
like, Young M.A.
Does anyone know who that is?
The rapper?
Yeah, they're here,
I'm
but they
quite
broke.
old
No, yeah, ooh. Do you not know that song?
Looks a bit like Tommy, but with longer hair.
Oh, okay.
Can you say that?
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I love you.
But I just couldn't. I like every time a girl tried to put it on me, I just burst out laughing.
Really? Yeah.
But did you not get
Like
horny in there?
Yeah, fucking hell, did I? Yes, I did. But I just don't think pussy was gonna suffice. Like,
Did you try it?
I was near to, and then I actually bugged the fuck out, and I was
Really?
like, I can't do this.
What was you there like?
Saw the pussy running. You're like, that's what it looks like.
Your mouse was about to touch that mouth.
I just.
Nah,
I
actually,
just,
I'm alright, thanks.
Yeah, I just.
Put it back up.
I couldn't. There was just like a bit of flirting, whatever,
Yeah.
and then I was just like, no.
But
like,
what
I
if they
just
were
can't
actually
do
attractive
this.
women? Like, you're probably saying this because they were.
No,
actually.
don't. I'll be honest. There was actually some really attractive
Okay,
women,
and you just weren't on it.
but I wasn't.
Even
on
like when
it.
you went into like the shower and you just see bare titties,
Did-
like, it's just like, no.
Did they ever get with
You
like
should have seen
the?
the type of titties that were in
no,
there.
yeah.
Like there was no like bad bitches there.
Okay.
Did they ever get with any of the security guards or anything like that?
I think in prison, in that kind of, you know, if you're in prison and you're part of that community in there's always going to be talk. There's always going to be like, yeah, I heard that prisoner fucked that officer. But whether it's true, you never really know. You never really know. A lot of girls talk. You know, I'm in prison. Not only like am I in prison, but I'm with women. Like 95% of arguments in prison is pussy politics. They
No
call
way.
it, and it is genuinely pussy politics.
What do you mean by that? So break down
Like girls will
pussy.
fight each other because they looked at their girlfriend or tried to like, you know, get in there. And you'll be surprised at what ratchet girls do. Like they will do anything for a bit of pussy or a bit of.
So have you ever seen two girls like fucking there?
Yeah, I have. I have. It was really. I saw one getting fisted.
What? Just like Just in like
Where?
It was
in the
just
courtyard or some shit.
disgusting. Yeah, like
In the courtyard?
Not in the courtyard.
Not in
but-
the courtyard.
Not in the courtyard. In the library.
In the library?
Even worse, bro.
Yo, one sec.
like,
Just reading this
walking.
book. Yeah, just put fucking start fisting.
The
me.
library.
It was disgusting.
Fisting.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
How deep did it go in? Like,
I just didn't see the hand. Like, I just saw the wrist. Like the wrist was just
I guess
moving.
he's like grown ass women as well. Like,
Yeah.
ugh,
But like, you'll be surprised. A lot of these studs look like proper men. Proper men. Like,
oh,
where,
the manly
you know,
lesbian.
They're
right,
taking
right. Is that all with the
hormones.
studs?
Like,
Okay.
a lot of them take hormones. I won't even go into the transgenders.
yeah.
Like, I'm all for.
Wait, the tranny women in shit.
You know,
in
each.
Can't call them
So you got-
trannies,
Sorry,
mate.
sorry, transsexual.
Oh, can
You got men that
call them
identify as
No,
women.
you can't call them trannies. You can call
Sorry,
them
you've got
transgender.
transsexual men in the women's jail.
Transgender.
In the women's jail.
So you got
No,
men.
no, no.
Yes.
It's women turning into men, right?
No, it's men turning into women.
They can't be in the women's
What?
jail.
So like pre-op still.
Yeah, so there's one guy that was in a men's establishment, but tried for
Shut
quite
the
a
fuck
long
up.
time, quite a few years actually,
Yeah.
to get to a women's prison.
Yeah.
She did what she had to do in order to turn into a woman.
Right.
What?
The
What?
operation.
So hormones, I don't know if it went as far as the operation. You don't
Okay.
need to be operated,
Okay.
but you need to have a consistent record of you taking that hormone pill for quite a long period
But
of
can't
time.
you just not take it?
Man's just playing the long
Yeah, of
game.
course.
He's just trying to get all these
You can go
Good,
down for
yeah.
your medication, like, and that's why in prison it's such a big thing. On
No, mate. Listen, if you take these hormone blockers, you ain't getting a boner.
no,
No.
Nah.
It
So
is
he could.
But you
literally
still got,
turning
like,
you
a couple
into
hundred
a
bitches
woman.
yourself, though.
Like,
Yeah, but what are you gonna
she
do with
has
them, mate?
kind of,
Thumb
like,
it,
boobs now.
Watch them fist
it,
each other,
innit?
innit?
fist it in, fist it in the library.
What's the most useful object you found in prison then? What's
Yeah.
To do what?
well, if you ain't gonna yam
Anything.
coochie, what's the most useful object you found to
Cucumber.
survive?
Can I be honest? I've never played with myself.
Shut up, mate. 3.5 years.
I swear to you.
Who
No.
played with you then?
I swear to you.
No one believes you.
Who played with you then? If you didn't do it yourself,
Yeah, you definitely had the security officer there,
I
mate.
swear to you guys.
Daryl.
I just hacked it. I just hacked it. I'll be honest. I wasn't even talking to a guy, so it wasn't even like I was getting like lotioned.
What
on the
about
phone.
these? What are they called? Like conjugal or some shit? Is that like shit real? Like
No.
when people, it don't happen.
yeah, but surely on day release you could go link up with someone now. You just leave that bit out your schedule.
No, because everything that you do on temporary release, they will ask you, how does this relate to your sentence plan?
Well, are you not allowed to fuck?
So
Like,
you're saying
No.
you can't go link
fuck.
you can't
No.
go link
What?
a guy for an hour and say that you went to
It
Subway
depends.
or
If you
something.
have like a boyfriend and you've been with that boyfriend for like 10 years and like he's, I don't know, living with you or he's your partner, yeah, of course. But you can't, like, if you're a single
Put
girl
down
and
like hinge date,
Yeah.
7
you
p.m.
Yeah.
can't
part of
say
mental
like
health
going
and
to get a
well-being.
fuck because like, you know, my pussy's like got cobwebs now from being inside for so long. They're not going to accept that. They will
Yeah, but you
reject
haven't
me
got to
from
write
going
it down then, have
outside.
you? They're going to take what you're putting down as you
Yeah, of
being
course.
truthful.
So you could just say I'm having a meal at 4 to 5,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, for example,
and for dessert, dick.
Carnival 2022. I was out that weekend. I said I was at home. I went to Carnival. I just took the risk. I thought it's 4 p.m. No one's done a spot check, so they could spot check you as well. So that means they could either call you and just say, "Hi, Michaela, what you doing? Just checking in,"
Twerking
or
on
they
some
could
dude.
genuinely just
At a
turn up
bus
at your
stop.
house.
So since you've been
They can
out,
just turn
have
up at
you
your
been on like a fucking pussy slinging rampage?
You know what? I actually haven't.
You haven't.
I think.
How many dates have you been on?
I've been on 2 dates, but I think, you know, self-growth, everything that I've been through, I've become very guarded. I'm a woman that doesn't know how to give like half a platter to a man. I give everything. You know, this is me. This is what I can offer you. This is how I treat you as my man. You know.
So it's been a year,
now-
and you're telling me you've been on 2 dates.
Yeah.
That's wild.
What dates? Tell me. Where did you meet these guys?
So one I was talking to in the past, but he went uni with me.
Bad boy vibes.
No, actually, like,
Library.
yeah, own like
Listing.
program, like running his own program, like creating his own empire. But it's not that I don't want to be sexual with anyone anymore. It's not that I don't want a relationship. I just think right now, dating, I see it very clear now. I know what I want. I know what I expect to have. I've been through so much. I've lost out on a couple years. So I think right now for me, it's just a case of like dating's not my priority. Like a man's not my priority. Where I'm so scarred by men, I've been through all this because of a man. So I wouldn't say I'm put off by men, but I'm not going to settle. I'm a person, I can settle very quickly.
Have guys been put off by the fact that you've been to jail?
No, I haven't had that as of yet. I haven't had that as of yet. I think I'm more judged by certain people that I used to know from school that were kind of there at the time, and then did like a complete 360 on me. And I genuinely believe now they were nosy. They wanted a bit of the drama. You know, this is happening to me. Can you believe, like, from private school to this? You know, for them it just ended up, I realised it was genuinely gossip, and it wasn't genuine. But guy-wise, I haven't been judged as of yet. And any guy I have told, they don't believe me.
Is it?
Apparently I don't have the look.
So,
She ain't got the teardrops under her eyes. And that.
Yeah.
would you ever do OnlyFans?
Can I be honest? I think I'd make hella money on OnlyFans.
Why don't you do it? What kind of content would you do?
I'm not. This is quite a difficult question
Pork.
to answer. I just don't think. I think I'm a
Fat ass
confident
white girl.
woman, but I don't have the confidence to actually get in front of the camera and do it. Only because I think I'd like end up just laughing and not taking it seriously.
Have you ever do you ever take nudes for guys and stuff like that? Have you ever done that?
No, I wouldn't say I've taken a nude.
Oh, well then you're not going to have much experience then.
No.
And you don't play with yourself, so...
No, I don't.
What are you going to do? This is going to be the driest fucking OnlyFans ever.
But on OnlyFans, like, do you have to play with yourself?
You don't
I'll
have
be honest,
to.
I don't actually know what you kind of like can and cannot do.
Well, it's up to you. You can go as extreme as you like. So if you want to
I could just
you want to start fisting yourself, then you can do
shake
it.
my ass like I'm on a pole in underwear, and that's enough.
Why don't you do that?
I just don't think
So
I
you would
could
do it?
get naked. Like for me, I'd rather like one person just enjoy like all of me naked,
Yeah.
rather than like.
You're giving
I
me
don't-
mixed vibes here. So you're saying you would do it or you wouldn't do it?
I think I would if I just didn't have a care in the world and I wasn't focused on other things. Like 100%, I'd do it. But for now, yeah, I wouldn't.
No.
No.
What are you doing now for work? Have you found it hard to get a job?
Yeah, so hard. I'm a convict. No one wants me. They see criminal conviction and they're like, yeah, next. Like, next application.
So okay, how
all the
many jobs did you apply for, and then
Hundreds.
and how many came back to you like with an interview?
A couple came back.
Let's be real, even if you didn't have the fucking conviction, a lot of companies wouldn't come back anyway and reject. Like the amount of people that apply with no background, criminal fucking record, and still get rejected.
I think now, because since COVID hit, that's the case.
Right.
But even before prison, I feel like it was much easier. Like, what,
Was it?
3.5, 4 years ago now? It was much easier to get a job.
Yeah, maybe.
I think it is.
Do you feel like your sexual drive has gone down then? Because you seem like you're not very interested anymore.
Can I be honest now? I think where I've been loyal for so long, and now I feel like I have the control over men.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't mean that in like a manipulative way, but where I've been with a man with all those traits,
You've learned.
he taught me a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm able to go on a date now, and the guy doesn't have to tell me much. I'll just know what kind of guy you are. Does that make sense?
I get that, yeah.
Yeah, and if I'm honest, like if I need that sexual need, I'll go. But now I treat it as a fuck.
Oh yeah.
I've learned how to detach myself. Before I couldn't. I'll be
So now
honest.
you just
Okay,
know.
I wouldn't like have sex with you the first time and be like, oh my God, I love you.
Yeah.
But like a couple times in and I'm like, okay, right, the sex has kind of got me attached. But I'll still be nonchalant about it. But now, I'll be honest, I've come out and the 2 dates I've told you I've been on, I control those.
Did you have
It's
sex with
my
them?
terms and I hold the power.
Did you have
Yes,
sex with them?
I did.
Oh,
Yes, I
first
did.
dates.
Go
Yes,
on,
I
Micky.
did. And then I got
Go on,
up and I
girl.
was like, I will not be staying. I'm going home. But
Yeah,
thank
you let him know
That's-
the
that's-
fucking.
that's the best kind of first
Come in
dates,
here, I'm
mate.
sucking your dick and I'm going home.
But do you know what?
Fucking dream, isn't it?
Since I've been acting this way, guys want relationships.
Yeah, it's
What?
crazy.
Guys want relationships now.
Guys want
Because I'm
relationships.
cold and
Yeah,
detached.
yeah.
Whereas before it was like, why don't you want to be with me?
No,
like I give you the
it's-
best pussy. Like I'm here. Like I'm available.
Yeah, that's dead.
That's when they don't want a relationship.
It's true.
Yeah, it's true.
It's sadly
And now
true.
that I'm detached and I'm like, I actually use you men.
Mm.
Sorry, guys.
No, but it works. That there's a
Men are-
balance.
Now
Yeah,
men want
Men are
a
good getting used,
relationship.
don't worry.
Yeah, we
because
can't use us all.
yeah, because you
Don't stay
you
there.
will
Can't get
get
the last laugh with a man.
if you act like that all the time, then a lot of guys will just take advantage of that and just be like, okay, cool, this is an easy. I have sex with her and she leaves, perfect.
Yeah.
yeah.
But like, that's not gonna for a lot of guys that won't really lead to a relationship. So you got to have a balance. Like, don't sleep with someone first time you meet them. You
Yeah.
know, we've got to make them, you know, at least wait a little bit, and then
Yeah.
you can act like that. Don't act like overly keen after you slept with
Can
them.
I be honest though? Don't you feel like that's when you just wanna fuck and duck?
What? Wait.
No, sorry. As in, don't you think you do that if you want like something potentially serious with that person?
Yeah.
But if it's a fuck, you're not gonna wait until like
Well, I
the
mean,
second
I don't
date
know.
or the
I didn't know
fifth
that's what
date.
you were
You
just.
ain't even
Is
going
that
on
all
a
you
date,
wanted?
you're
Just
straight
a
up
fuck?
asking.
Yes.
Why do you even go on a date
Because-
then? Why don't you just straight up say, do you want to
No, that's disgusting.
How is that disgusting?
What? Just come round and fuck me?
But it's honest.
It is honest.
The pussy
No,
gotta
no.
be
He's
worth
saying forget the date and just come tell him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
But if you
Yes.
just want to fuck, why are you beating
Yes.
around the bush going on a
Out.
date and that?
Yes.
So you
straight
guys out here, message her if she finds you attractive.
The date is only just to make the girl feel like at ease, sort of shit. Like a guy would much rather just not go on a fucking date.
Okay. So
why
you
do
would
I
rather
be doing that,
just
wasting my time?
first day.
I don't know.
Get to
I
the
know. Okay,
bedroom.
cool. But it depends on
I'd
the
find
girl.
it
If
weird.
there's just a girl, like,
Wouldn't you find it weird just
But
to
there's
meet
a
a girl and go
difference.
fuck her straight away?
If it was purely
It
just a
depends.
beat,
You
then
know,
yeah.
it
if
depends.
she's a girl that you just want her pussy, but then you know a girl where you're like, shit, she's making me feel like
some girls you
I
actually
want
enjoy
something
being with,
serious.
innit?
Yeah.
Obviously, you go on dates with those. Some girls,
you just know what it is.
Yeah, but you never know that if you don't go on a first date
Yeah,
with
but you
them.
talk to them
Yeah, you talked to them
beforehand.
before. See the vibe.
No,
Yeah, of
you
course.
can never tell off text.
But you ain't got text,
I
you
judge quite a
FaceTime,
lot
whatever.
from text still.
I don't know.
If a girl ain't got no banter to her, she's a beat. And
Dead.
That's it. Yeah.
You can tell,
Yeah.
bro, you can ask what the vibe
You
is
can
beforehand,
kind of
yeah.
tell from text, but I feel like people can be a lot more, very different in person.
No,
Like
yeah,
I'm
true.
really different than what I am over text.
Yeah.
I think I'm quite boring over text.
I'm quite similar, to be honest, how I am on text in real life.
Yeah,
I don't like texting. I'm very like, don't beat around the bush, call me.
yeah.
I
Come
like
fuck
that.
me.
I like that.
Don't beat around the
dominance
bush,
in a
fuck
man.
me.
Sorry, yeah.
I like the men to be.
Mickey, I didn't know
to
you
be
move like
dominant.
that.
No, because for me it's just very black and white now. I'm not
she's
giving
done her
my
time,
heart
bro.
anymore.
Yeah,
I'm not giving my heart. You know, like look, I've given my heart to men, right? Okay, not the right men, but I've had decent men also. Where's it left me? Literally heartbroken. Now I'm like,
Yeah, but so you've only listen,
I
you've
just
only
don't
dated
care.
a couple men, and you know that you dated the wrong kind of men. So you can't judge like a whole like species
Would
by.
you get with a bad boy again? Like, if you sort of met this guy, he's a friend's friend, you like his vibe, he's obviously a bad boy, would you give it another try?
it depends. Like if he's illegal,
Right.
like
Well, I'm saying bad boy, like drug dealing.
no.
She's still on license, she can't say.
You can be my friend.
What kind of bad boy is
cool,
not
but
fucking illegal?
I feel a bad boy is not only someone that
Just normal alpha
is
male vibes, you're saying.
like selling drugs or doing something illegal. I think a bad boy is also someone who's narcissistic,
Okay.
controlling,
Okay.
You're a bad boy.
abusive, like emotional abuse, physical
Bad
abuse.
boy, Sean. You're a bad boy.
But I also think that is like a bad boy.
I kind of get it.
A
yeah.
woman that kind of doesn't respect any emotions of a woman. I don't think it's just like, oh, a bad boy is someone who's a drug dealer.
Could you respect a man, if he was like a bad boy guy, and in like sex, some shit gets a bit out of hands, slapping like either one, and you're slapping your man, and you're slapping him up, and he likes it. Could you still think he's a bad boy?
What?
That's a bit submissive, though.
I got a situation the other day, and I was just trying to think of.
Story time.
Could you still look at someone like he's a bad boy if you were slapping him?
No.
What if your
No.
girl was punching you?
Not punch him, but like,
you were getting slapped up?
my
bruv,
ex,
it was
my
a bit
ex
weird.
punched me.
I was waved, and I was like, do you know what? I don't mind this,
Well, why was she slapping you
I
up?
was slapping her. She give me a little slap. I'm like, yeah.
What midway
It
through?
was quite a weird situation, yeah, but it was quite funny as
But
well.
each to their own. That was something
There's
that...
not something
Whilst you were having sex?
No, it was like before, like.
But it's
yeah.
something you experienced that kind of... it basically
was a weird-
turned you
bro,
on.
she's Brazilian. Brazilian girls are fucking psycho, bro.
Yeah,
She just started slapping you. You started slapping her.
Yeah, pretty much. Just in
Interesting.
the kitchen, slapping each other.
Wow.
Not even in the
I
bedroom.
can't say I've
just
ever
straight
been
up in the kitchen.
slapped like in that way.
It's a long shadow friend in the bedroom, and I was like, let's just get to it.
Wow. Let's just start slapping each other.
My ex, one of my exes, like used to punch me in the face.
Is it?
When I took her
What are you
phone.
laughing at, bro? You're out here getting punched in the face.
No, I took her phone and she was cheating.
Oh.
And she was trying to get the phone back, and I was just holding it, and I was like, "You're not getting the phone back." And she was just punching me in the face, like, and I was like, "I was like, yeah, do shit." And then I drove off with the phone. I was looking through it. And
Oh,
it was
no.
I
like
think-
20 other guys in there. I was like, "Raw."
I think women can be such silent cheaters.
Women, men and women are the same, but
100%.
Apparently men are just
women
worse
are
at getting caught.
women are better
Yeah.
at hiding it.
Yeah, exactly.
Women
yeah.
are so smart at hiding it.
Yeah, it's because you portray yourselves as so innocent.
Exactly, yeah.
You're all the worst. Would you date a guy that's broke now? Like, say he
Right,
worked in
you're pushing
McDonald's.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He
I'm
gave you that
sorry.
good
Said
dick.
you like
Listen,
fixing
Micky,
broke
you've been in
people,
jail for
so-
4 years. I don't know, like.
He can't be that fussy now.
No.
He comes in with the good dick.
No.
BBC.
McDonald's. Oh,
Is that it? Yeah,
God,
BBC.
no.
What the fuck McDonald's mean?
Or Tesco.
I said he
Oh,
worked
no.
at
okay,
McDonald's.
okay.
No, I couldn't.
Not
Get that
Tesco.
McDonald's dick.
No. Oh God, no.
He put
no.
6 chicken nuggets on there.
No.
You eat it off.
Oh my God, that's
What?
disgusting.
Bit of ketchup. Dip
No.
it, dip
All right,
it
go on,
in.
give us some raunchy stories. What you been up to lately, Micky, or like in the past?
Yeah, so
Like he's talking nuggets of dicks and shit like that. I
Like
think.
nuggets of dicks. No.
you only slept with 2 people since you come out then?
I'll be honest, I just stuck it on a guy, like, obviously, that I just mentioned. I've never done this in my life, but I just really wanted to be licked out.
You've never been licked out?
No, I have,
Yeah.
but I'm saying I just really wanted it in that time.
Okay.
So where I'd be like, before I'd be like,
Just to get licked out, like
yeah.
Oh, and that's it?
yeah.
When they
Yeah,
just
like
got up and
I
left.
didn't want to be fucked anymore. I just wanted,
Anymore?
can you just pleasure me?
Okay.
It's like, I didn't,
So he
Wait, my man came through. He just did some licking and cut. Bro.
no, he,
That is a
no,
vibe.
the worst thing was I wanted that pleasure and he didn't do it.
Probably.
Oh,
So I taught him.
what do you mean?
I taught him.
Got
Okay,
up and
what did
I
you
just
do
grabbed
to
his
teach?
head and I was like, go down and I will train you. Like I will help you practice.
And
You've
so
never done it.
How do you do it?
Well, it's like a motion. If you've never done it, like, okay, well, place your mouth on my panani.
Yeah.
Mouth and panani.
Mouth on panani.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then, like, pretend you're snogging, right? So just start the little, like,
Okay.
you know, the lips on it.
Oh
Just
yeah.
give it a
Oh,
little,
yeah. I'm feeling it right now.
little
Yeah.
tinkle.
Just visualizing all
right?
that. Okay.
You're
keep going.
taking the piss.
No. I'm literally just trying to. Yeah. Go on. What's next?
So then you just gradually start, you know, getting your tongue action out.
You trying to get
What
me Arnie
what
right
movement
now.
do you do with the
Slowly.
tongue?
Huh?
What movement do you do with the tongue?
Up, down, left,
Show
right.
us.
Don't be too slow.
Show us, show us.
Oh, you want
No.
you want it
Show us.
faster?
For
I
all the men
can't.
out there,
I
for all the
can't.
men out there, we need to know.
I can't expose. I can't.
What do you mean?
Just like this.
I can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just really like.
Attack
Yeah.
that clip.
Oh, it's the lips.
And do you want
for
it
me.
sucked at the same time?
Not too much.
Not
Like
too much
don't,
sucking.
don't suck it to the point.
What do you
like-
mean it's the lips for you?
Oh, it's just the lips, like the men's lips for me.
Yeah,
The-
yeah.
That.
I've got good
yeah.
lips still.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for that little lesson, Micky, because there's a lot of men who need to know.
Did he teach you how to suck dick?
What my point is though, like I
No, she
wouldn't
came
have
there to be
been
pushed
like
to
that.
the
I don't think she
like,
needs
a
teaching, my
A couple
man.
years ago, I wouldn't have been like that. So I'm trying to say, I feel in sex, I've just become more like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like you know what? If I want something in sex, why am I always pleasing the man?
Yeah.
I know I can please the
You should
man.
defo start an OnlyFans, mate. Like, if you've got this like attitude about it, then why?
The
not?
confidence
Mate,
that
girls
you'll
make like
become in
10 grand a month. We just had a girl
You know,
on
I
that was
think I
making.
just get shy. Like you can be a confident woman and still be shy. I can like being in front of a camera and like knowing that all these people can watch it. That would make me feel like, oh no, like
You can edit
okay,
it,
like,
mate.
no, I'm
Take
shy.
a photo. You can edit it.
You're
There's always
your own
editing
director.
apps.
I'm not
You
a
gotta put your
woman
face
that's
in it.
just so like, yeah, I can just sit down and be like with a guy I've known for like maybe 2 minutes and just be butt naked. A lot of girls can do that. And I'm like, yeah, I love that. Like I respect that in a woman. But me personally, it takes me a bit of time for like a man to fully see me.
Right.
I think that's quite an intimate thing.
Oh, yeah.
Do you not masturbate at all now? So I know you didn't do it in
No.
prison. Nothing. Oh, no
No,
wonder you're
I
just
just-
straight away like,
Yeah.
come over, fuck.
Yeah.
Lick my pussy.
Yeah.
So where
Why
did this
not?
guy, did you meet him like on the road or anything? Or like, was it a quick sort of, or
In the car.
No, he was someone that like I've known for a while, but we've always like
would you ever be legs up in the car getting licked out?
100%.
Is that so?
100%. And like, I really want to be spontaneous.
The
Like,
legs up thing is a bit bad still.
when I get a man now, I just like, I want to have a relationship where we can still be like, we're crushing on each other and
Spontaneous.
dating.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be
That
in the
dies
car
out,
and
mate.
be
I'll tell you
like,
that for sure.
okay, babe, we're going on a road trip. Like, yeah, let me suck your dick. Like, let's just have fun. I've just become a bit dirty.
Yeah.
But dirty in a sense, like, let's just live life.
I feel like you're
and-
16 again, innit?
Yeah, I am.
trying to
I
do all them
am.
things.
I am. I've always done things like the proper way, like dated the proper way, not freed it up. You know, now
but
I'm
you're the
like,
opposite
I
now.
actually don't care.
Yeah, you're
I
here
actually
to free it
don't.
up. Like your purpose in
Yeah,
life is
like
to
I'm
free
not
it
a
up.
whole, but if you want to call me a whore, so fucking be it. Like,
Would
I
you,
just.
would you call her a horse, Ron?
Me? I don't know. A bit whorish behaviour.
She said we can call her if you
Oh,
want.
then
so-
you fucking hell. You are a whore.
But it doesn't mean that, you know,
No, Micky, you're a whore.
it's. Yeah, I'll take that.
Moving on.
Teaching a
But-
guy how to suck your pussy is pretty whorish, mate.
Nah,
Do you think?
Yeah.
Nah.
I think that
think that's
really
kinda
turned him
educational.
on.
That's fair. That's fair. If the guy can't, bro, if you're getting
a-
your
bro,
dick
how-
sucked
If
and it's
he's
shit,
turned
you're
around
gonna-
and said, if you teach me, I'll be more than
he
happy
needs
to give it a
do
go
better,
on
bro. How are you
you.
getting taught by a
If a
fucking
bird
girl, bro?
had
Is
to
he
teach
black?
me how to yam pussy, I'd get up and
Yeah.
cry.
He's black. There you go. They
don't
don't
eat
eat
none,
pussy.
He's not
Which
actually
are
black.
Jamaican thing.
He's
Wait, he's
well,
Jamaican.
he's mixed.
Kane,
He's
do
got
you,
black
do, you,
in
do you
him.
eat pussy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
You love it.
If
Big
a
you
bird
up,
ever said
Kane.
to, if a bird ever tried telling me how to do it, I'd cry.
Disgrace.
I'd feel so
Yeah,
emasculated.
it's peak, bro.
It would
That
piss
is
me off
that
so
is
much.
that is that is so
So
big.
much.
It's like
Yeah.
saying, imagine a girl going, "Let me teach you how to kiss properly." And like, what?
No, I don't think it is. Like for me, I didn't take it that
It's
way.
worse.
I think it was genuine. Like he was like, you know what, fuck it.
Did he not
like
feel like a
you're
little bit?
asking
that's
me.
a bio still.
I
I'd
think
just get up
like
and
I
leave,
bigged
like.
him up as a man. Like you know what? Yeah, he wants to be taught. Like
No,
so.
that's belittling, man.
Do you
Innit?
think?
Yeah, patronising.
Really?
Yeah, there's many words for it.
Like, as a man, how are you
No.
not going to know how to eat
Do
pussy?
you not think it would be
As
like
a man.
emasculating if he went to you and said, "Let me teach you how to suck dick"?
You'd be pissed off.
You'd be like, "What, bitch? I know how to suck
No,
dick.
no. There's a difference.
I've got a lot
though.
of experience here."
There's a difference. He's never tried to because he's always had a certain perception, right? That's the instant I was in. Like that was the situation.
Hey, good bad man,
But
don't
that's
eat
not
pussy.
like that's like me saying, "Oh, I've never sucked dick." If I'm with a guy and he's like, "Suck my dick," and I'm like, "Oh, I've never sucked dick."
So are you an ambassador for sucking dick?
No,
You know.
I'm
You know,
not. I'm not really big on sucking
you're not
dick.
big on-
Do you let guys come inside you?
It depends. If I'm in a relationship with you and I've been with you and obviously I love you.
Do you get these guys to do STD checks before you like tell them to come fuck you on the first date?
I don't think I say like, can you go and physically get an STD check, but I'll ask like, so you ask questions. So when was the last girl you had sex with?
Well, he's not going to tell
So
you
when was the last
yesterday,
time you got
is he?
checked? Like, yeah, but if you're
Oh, so
having
you
a
do
general
say, when was the last time you got
conversation
checked?
and you're getting to know a guy, like, why should you have any reason to like lie to someone that you're just getting to know? There's no like heavy
You're not going to go,
feelings
yeah, babe,
involved
by the way, I
and-
do have fucking syphilis, but...
No,
you know,
you're not going to say that.
You're going to want to smash, so...
But for me
you just wouldn't tell
personally, if
them.
I'm going with a new man, like, I would definitely get checked.
Would you fuck a guy who's got something but use the Johnny?
No,
Really?
Nah, fuck
sorry,
that.
No.
Would you fuck a girl that has something?
no.
No, yeah, no.
No, exactly.
Imagine a bird.
So is there anything...
Listen, I'm not speaking about myself.
Is there anything a guy will say, like, on a date that would put you off? Or do?
Let's go to the pub.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I really
Scarred from
don't
pubs.
judge men with kids, but just don't tell me you have kids.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
feel
yeah,
like that's,
Keegan
I don't
can't
feel like
stand
that's a
the
bad
things,
thing
can he?
though. Because if a bird said I got kids, I'll say
Yeah, I couldn't
Straight
date
up.
a girl with
that's just
kids.
a hard no.
You couldn't.
Sorry, I've got a 2-year-old.
Just because, you
I
know what it
don't-
is?
I
There's
don't
no
mind, like,
longevity in
one.
it, mate. Because, like, in the long run, what am I going to do? Sit there and play toddler with your kid?
He's
Well,
going to
That's
grow
not
up and
yours.
hate you anyway.
Yeah, I don't
That
want
for
to
me
do
is
that.
like it's just like, yeah, I can stay with your kid, but like it's not my kid.
The only positive
You know,
from
it's
that-
always guys that are, like, simpy that are with these girls that are in, like, have kids.
I don't judge it. I just prefer
No, you should.
not
Own
to
it.
like. Why would I? Do you know what I mean? It's a bit of a sticky one for me. Like kids. Like I had one turn around and said he had 5,
Oh, my God.
and I was like,
What's he called? Nick Cannon.
and you genuinely want to like still meet up. And the worst thing is, oh my god, guys, the worst thing is, imagine what he told me. Just to let you know as well, I live with one of my baby mums, but we agreed that because we're in a recession, she'll let me stay.
Mate,
Because
you
it's
need
too
to get a better
expensive
pool
to
of
get
men.
anyone. No, but he like had just come up and we was talking. I think I was at the Ship in Wandsworth.
Oh.
In the pub, so it was just like
I love the
came
Ship.
across this guy, like we was talking, you get to know each other. I don't know, you ask general questions, don't you? And like he was like, oh well, I'll be at home this bank holiday because of my 5 kids, and I'm like,
Why would you tell girls that? I mean, I'd
like
keep
why
it to
would
myself.
you? Yeah.
Especially if I've just met them.
But you're all just trying to fuck anyway, ain't you? Like, wasn't that?
No, I wasn't. Like he was just someone
trying to
that
be the
was
sick
trying,
boy.
obviously trying to
Okay.
move to me, but it
Do you
wasn't-
think body
it wasn't
count
like that.
means anything as a person?
I just think for me, if I meet a guy like, and especially our generation,
I mean,
like,
your own body count, no.
oh my own.
Yeah.
Would you say what? I'm
Do you feel
proud
like the
of
higher
it.
it goes, it does anything like it says paints a picture about you at all, or no?
No, I don't think it
It
does.
just means nothing.
I think it just.
I think it does.
I don't know. Do you think?
Yeah, man. A girl with 100 bodies is
Oh, wow, that's yeah.
compare that to a girl with 10.
But then, let's say a woman's body count is like 200. There must be something else going on, or there must be
Yeah, what does that matter to us?
no. But like that's just a woman
Yeah,
with
exactly.
no morals,
There's something
no
wrong
decorum.
with her. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I
you're-
don't want to
you're-
associate myself with those.
But why
That
do you
ain't a
care?
woman, that's a tube.
You're not going to settle down with that.
No, but we're
girl.
just saying in general, yeah, the girls with higher body counts usually like they're not the perfect partner to be
No,
with.
They're less
100%.
Yeah, less
Less
valuable.
valuable.
It's true.
They're less
100%.
desirable, 100%.
Something that everyone's had, you don't
Yeah.
want them, do you?
But even for me, if a man goes like, I'm not gonna lie, lost count, for me, it makes me look at you a bit put off as well. Like, I like.
Don't
you've
think it matters so
for me,
much
it's
for guys, though.
you've got a dirty dick.
I don't think as a guy like, I actually keep count. Like girls have
I
lists in
think
their
it
phones
is
and shit
though,
like that.
I know a
Sean.
couple guys
Nah.
who do some
You
mad
know what,
lies.
mate?
It
If
is.
you're
why is it a sense? I don't think it's that bad for a man. 100%
It's so
agree.
different
I
because
think there
men
is
and
a
women have
difference.
different roles
But
and
who-
responsibilities.
That I
That's why.
agree
It's
with.
as simple as that.
Like the woman, like a woman's morals should
I'll give you the reason why.
go on.
It's extremely easy for you to get dick, like you said.
100%.
Come around my house, fuck me.
Yeah.
And he's gonna do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas for us, it's extremely difficult to get a woman to do that for you. So for a guy, it's not. It's more not an achievement, but you have to be of a certain value of a man to be able to sleep with a large amount of women. Whereas for a
Yeah.
woman to sleep with a large amount of men, you don't need any value. Most guys will just do it.
Exactly. The difference is a man would have to
Okay.
take a girl on a date, do this, do that. A girl just has to look at a guy and it's done.
But then I feel like there's a lot of girls that would fuck guys and
No.
not. I don't think it's that
Tw-
much harder for you lot.
80% of
No, yeah.
80% of
It's
men
so
get
much
swiped
harder for a
no
guy.
on Tinder.
It is so much harder for a guy.
Yeah. Because a 10 out of 10 guy would still fuck a 5 out of 10 girl, but a 10 out of 10 girl wouldn't fuck a 5 out of 10
See,
guy.
it's crazy because me as a woman, I don't really see it like that. I see it as like, wow, men be getting bitches like when they want.
Do you know what it is?
It's a
Because
small
you
percentage of men who
I
are
don't really see it
when you
from-
swipe yes on Tinder, you swipe yes to like the top 5 to 10% of guys, and those guys have a large pool of girls to choose from, so they're sleeping with loads of girls. Whereas 80% of men have literally
I see your
nothing,
point.
and it's so sad. These guys literally have no attention off women, nothing.
Yeah.
Like, who do we know? Like, for example, I don't know. But there's guys that we probably know ourselves, and they can't get dates, they can't sleep with women, nothing like that. And then you probably know other guys who get loads of women, and you probably think, oh, well, those are those guys, because you don't really associate yourself with these guys that are in that 80% that get rejected.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is
okay,
why
I
the body
see your
count
point.
thing is different for a man and a woman.
You could take it back to what
Yeah.
you said earlier. You said, "Oh, I wouldn't date a guy that works in Tesco's or McDonald's or
Yeah.
whatever." No,
Exactly.
that's
Yeah,
a
I
large.
hear
That's a
that.
large amount of people,
That's
so they're all
exactly-
struggling to get girls.
Great analogy.
Yeah.
And you've just discounted them straight away.
Yeah.
Whereas we
Whereas
would.
if you went to
No,
them, if you went
but
into
you know
Tesco
why
and
I
said, "Let's
say
fuck,"
that? You know why
he'd be
I
like,
say
"Yeah,
that?
sure, let's go."
Exactly. Yeah.
I think for me personally, I'm a very ambitious person in a
Nothing wrong with
sense.
that.
Like, I'm not rich right now. Like, I'd say I'm not broke, thank God, because I'm employed now. But I'm not at a great stage. So who am I to judge? I'm not judging because you're wearing Tesco uniform, and I respect you because you're putting in a grind that you're making money. But for me, it's like, what's your ambition? If you're going to meet me and say, I work in Tesco, but it's just on the side, this is what I'm really trying to do, I've got this job to, then cool. I'd be more open. I'd be like, you know what? I don't judge that. Like, I rate that. But then if you're turning around and you're saying, hey babe, yeah, I work in Tesco, I love my job in Tesco.
I don't think anyone loves their job in
I think I'll
Tesco.
be there like for a couple more years, or they might turn around and be like, I fucking hate Tesco, but I like the easy life.
Yeah.
It's quick money, I don't really have to lift a finger. For me, like, if you're telling me that as a man, what kind of effort, what you're gonna try and prosper with me then? If you're okay to live this life of like just stacking shelves, going home, smoking spliffs, fucking women, and that's all you want for your life.
I don't think he fucks
For
a lot of
me-
women, mate.
No.
Because you've just
Yeah,
discounted.
but you never know.
The guy at Tesco.
Yeah, but you never know. You never know. You're saying that.
And
But
if
how
he's-
do you
and
really
he's,
know?
He's
Serious
not fucking
baddie.
women of value and quality, then, is he? He's.
To be fair, bro, I've got a boy. He works in Tesco's, but he's 6'5", muscular as fuck,
Yeah.
good looking guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But he
Tesco
obviously
does
he
still.
just had like he went to jail. He's had a tough life, and he can't really get like you. He's struggling with opportunities and stuff. But he's the nicest guy ever.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he gets tigs.
yeah,
You know?
To be
Yeah.
fair, I know one guy. You know the delivery drivers and that.
Yeah.
There's one guy that does my area, and obviously there's a lot of like bored housewives and stuff. Bro, the story he comes with, like, he'll go around. Like,
I've
he works
actually
like
heard about
6
these
till 10,
things.
drive around delivering groceries and that. The amount of wives and like bored, lonely
Yeah.
people that he gets to class
The Jamaican guy
is wild.
that
Mad.
actually taught me inside in fashion, he did, like, he's always been in fashion. He's a tailor. Like, he specializes in, like, tailoring. He, like, a couple years ago was doing, like, alterations for a lot of people, like, for judges, barristers, you know, a lot of people in government, like, alterations for, you know, their clothes, whatever. And he went to a woman's house. She was a barrister. She was actually a QC. And she was willing to, like, pay him for sex, like, whilst he was just altering, like, her, you know, her outfit for work. No, he didn't, because he's a bit of pussy. Not a pussy, but he's.
You weren't a bad boy.
Yeah, he's not. He, you know, and he's quite an old man now. So for him, he was kind of like taken aback. You know, from
was she good looking?
No, but she, you know, he's 50.
Yeah.
And she must have been like in her 60s. And he was telling me like, yeah, Michaela, like I went in and I was like taking up the bottom and she just took her foot and started feeling up my dick. And I was like, but I've heard stories like that, you know, like even people... Yeah, I know a guy that used to like have this construction business and like he would go around, not construction, like removals, you know, house removals, and he'd go with like his 2 guys that he was, you know, doing the company with to go and pick up some stuff. And there's a lot of those housewives that put it on these young men, these like builders and
God, what a shit job that, eh? So I got one last question for you before we finish. Do you check a guy's following when you start dating them to see if they're following? No, you trust them.
I wouldn't say I trust them, but by the way they speak, I just have to see how you are as a man with your phone. You know, it's more like that. It's not like specifically I'm dating a guy and I have to see what their following is. I mean, okay, if I'm dating a guy and your following is 1 million and I don't know you from Adam, yeah, I might look at your Instagram, see your following and be a bit more intrigued. Like you don't have 1 million followers.
No, I'm saying who he follows.
Oh, as in specifically go into his followers and see who he's following.
Yeah. Is he following like loads and loads of girls? What would you think about that if you saw that?
And honestly, I've been traumatized because my ex, like, I found out like he was with prostitutes, and at the end of it, I got onto his Instagram and found a lot of women. But I can honestly say I don't think that's really traumatized me. It's not something that I'm like, oh my God, I have to check like my next man's followings because of like my past. No, I don't. No, I'm not psycho like that.
Good.
I'm not going to lie.
So, I mean, look, guys, Michaela, single, Pringle, ready to have a pussy licked.
No.
As long as you do it right.
Don't worry about hinge, bro.
Honestly, thank you so much for coming.
No,
it's been
thank
so
you.
interesting.
Thank you for having
It's
me.
a crazy story. And I'm glad you got
guys.
to get your side out of it as well.
Thank you.
So I really appreciate that.
Free Micky.
Subscribe, like, share. Free
Do it
Micky.
all.
Amazing. Thank you.
Sick.
Thank you.
That was
No,
so
Micky, that was
interesting,
sick.
man.
Yeah,
That's
that's
probably the
actually
most
sick.
interesting one we've had.
Yeah.